They were a symbol of the counterculture of the 1960s gone wrong, hippies who killed for their leader Charles Manson. So what happened to them and where are they now? Patricia Kruikel, born December 3, 1947. One of America's most notorious killers and cult leaders, the mastermind behind the helter-skelter killings in 1969 and the murder of Sharon Tate, has died at the age of 83. 3 UCLA basketball players accused of shoplifting in China apologized before coach Steve Alford announced they were being suspended indefinitely. Filthy toilets, unclean water and a lack of medication were a few issues captured on camera by refugee advocates, as up to 370 men refused to leave the former detention center. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe defied expectations he would resign, pledging to preside over ZANU-PF Congress next month even though the ruling party had removed him as its leader hours earlier. With the help of Australia's Fred Hollows Foundation and the Cambodian government, Gachan is able to see clearly for the first time in 3 years. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe is poised to resign according to sources familiar with negotiations to oust him. The top United States nuclear commander, Air Force General John Haidt, says he would resist President Donald Trump if he ordered an illegal launch of nuclear weapons. One of America's most notorious killers and cult leaders, the mastermind behind the helter-skelter killings in 1969 and the murder of Sharon Tate, has died at the age of 83. Patricia Kruikel met Charles Manson in 1967. Now 69, she is longest-serving female inmate in the California penal system. She is imprisoned at the California Institution for Women in Corona, serving a life sentence after she was found guilty of all 7 of the Tate LaBianca murders in 1969. Her original death sentence was commuted to life in prison after the California Supreme Court deemed the death penalty unconstitutional. She has been denied parole 13 times. Susan Atkins, born May 7, 1948, died September 24, 2009. The longest-serving female inmate in California before her death in 2009, Susan Atkins was one of Manson's closest confidants. Like Kruikel, she was sentenced to death for her involvement in 8 of the Manson family's killings in 1969, including the murder of actress Sharon Tate, but this was changed to life in prison. She married twice while in prison and was diagnosed with brain cancer in 2008. Leslie Van Houten, born August 23, 1949. Leslie Van Houten was 19 when she was convicted for her involvement in the murder of Leno and Rosemary LaBianca. The 68-year-old is imprisoned at the California Institution for Women. She was retried twice after her initial death sentence, but was eventually convicted and sentenced to life in prison. A panel of state commissioners recommended her for parole in September 2017, but Governor Jerry Brown did not sign off on the recommendation. He also failed to approve a recommendation for parole in 2016. Get the latest news and updates emailed straight to your inbox. By submitting your email, you are agreeing to Fairfax Media's terms and conditions and privacy policy.